Hi, my name is Cass. I make video games, and this is a talk about music. I make video games, and I also make music. Check out my SoundCloud. Today, we're going to be talking about Sophie. I hate this photograph on her Wikipedia article, but unfortunately, they can't get a new photograph of her because she's dead. We're going to be talking about a technique that was used in a lot of her music, which is specifically super metallic snare drums. And I'm going to show you how to make them. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have prepared a sort of montage of a bunch of them made by her and also made by other people. It's pretty quick. Don't feel like you have to read the text on the screen, but if you want to, go ahead.
So hard. PVC, I get so hard. Platform shoes, kick so hard. Ponytail, yank so hard. Throw it up.
That twilight, the zeitgeist, bro, like fried rice and deep power strip.
Like your mind, like your smile, like your eyes, I could die.
Okay, so hopefully you got the idea. So we're going to pop open Ableton here. First, we're going to start with a snare drum. I could show you how to make a snare drum, but that's sort of beyond the scope of this talk. We just have this like young chop kind of snare that sounds like this. I think it sounds good for this demonstration. So the crux of this technique is to put a really small reverb on it. So I'm using the ironically named Valhalla Supermassive because I think it works really well for this. This plugin is free and it's fantastic. So what we do is we set the delay all the way down, and then we turn the warp all the way up, and this is like a pitch envelope. It basically adjusts the pitch of the echoes. And we're gonna turn the feedback almost all the way up, but not all the way, because that will destroy your ears. We're gonna turn the density like halfway up. You can play with this to get different kinds of sounds. We want the rate all the way down, and we want the mix all the way up. And then with that, and we're gonna set the mode to Sagittarius. You can use all these different modes. I think Sagittarius works the best, personally. But now we have this sound that sounds really super metallic. So to make it into a better snare drum, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put an OTT on it. So OTT this is a plugin that's based on a preset in Ableton. And what it is it's a multi-band compressor. And what that means is that it's going to split the signal into 3 bands, high, medium, and low, high frequency, medium frequency, and low frequency. And then it's going to compress them all separately. So it's going to, if the signal goes above a threshold, it will squash the volume down, and uniquely for Ableton's multiband compressor, not a lot of multiband compressors can do this, it will also boost the volume of that frequency band if the signal is below a certain threshold. So if we just put this on, it doesn't sound super great, but it sounds like louder. But if we boost the highs a bunch and the mids a little bit, then it starts to sound way more metallic. And then the last thing that we're gonna do is we're just gonna G-clip this shit. So this is a hard clipper plugin, and if we just like shove it all the way into the gain like that, what we're doing here is we're taking like you can zoom out here and you can see the top and bottoms getting cut off of the sound to make it sound super metallic. And so now I'm going to open the ominously labeled Rest of the Owl. So you can see basically what this kind of thing would sound like in the context of a full thing. This is just a bunch of samples I pulled off of Splice, which is what you should do instead of making snares like this from scratch. Because there's a million billion people out there, including Sophie herself, who have released tons and tons of awesome metallic snare stuff, and I'm using some of them in this beat, but you can do stuff that sounds like, yeah, I gotta unmute it. Yeah, and that's it.